What's going on, guys? Hey. What's up, everybody? This is Super Mike 2164. We're coming through. It's going to be an open talk, so we're going to talk about a variety of subjects. You can come up. All right, y'all. What's up, guys? There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. There's a lot of stuff happening. And I just decided to have an open talk. You know, just a little music in the background just to get everybody hyped and up ready. We're going to talk about Mason, Tennessee. You know, when we talk about reparations and people trying to take black land, you know, it's happening right now. And, you know, our media that we have can be used for a lot better purposes. So we're going to talk about that as well. We're giving out positive vibes, y'all.
I don't wanna rush. I'm here. When will you make your move?
Yeah, just giving out a little love, y'all. So let's get started. You know, like I said, I invited a bunch of people up, and we'll be able to touch base with them later on, hopefully, if somebody wants to come on. But I want to get it started with a couple of thoughts. One of the main thoughts that I was dealing with is, you know, while they're telling us to go out here to Ukraine, and right there, you know, this is the reason why I put this up. I put this tag up because there's a lot of people out there telling us to pray for Ukraine and stuff. And they're trying to wonder why black people aren't really too interested. You know, a lot of black folks are not interested. And it was just a little something I put together just to give us a little idea why. Let's do this. Are you interested in helping us? This is the current battalion that is official in the Ukraine. You know, it's a well-known Azov battalion. Everybody's talking about it. This is their symbol. That's their symbol right there. Very familiar symbol. I wonder where they got it from. I wonder where they got it from. Okay, I wonder. I really do. And that's one of the reasons why I think a lot of black folks are just not really interested. We're just not interested in going out there and doing the praying for the Ukraine situation. And that's one of the situations that I kind of wanted to put out there because, guys, if we have a lot of battles here that needs our attention. And one of those battles is, let's set this story up. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's try this. We're going to share the screen. All right, hold on. I think this is what we want to do. All right, so that was Instagram, guys. This is what I want to put out. All right, right here. So, right here in Tennessee, Tennessee state official threatens to seize town over Ford Motor Company investment. This is akin to a hostile takeover, says Mason, Tennessee's vice mayor. So, an all-new $5.6 billion mega campus in Stanton, Tennessee called Blue Oval City will create approximately 6,000 new jobs and reimagine how vehicles and batteries are manufactured. Concept designs, final design subject to change. This is in Mason, Tennessee. Now, this is what Ford plans. Now let's do a little research on this Blue Oval thing. The Ford Blue Oval. Because this is going to be a little call to action, guys, because we're going to have to kind of get involved in this. If we want to keep stuff, we got to, voting is not they try to trick us with the voting concept, make us think that's your thing. That's actually nothing. That's like the last leg after you done took care of all your business. Now, you just go ahead and finalize it with your little vote. But really your advocacy, your support, all of those things, that's what you do to get what you want. So we got, let's see. Let's check what Ford is planning to do with this Blue Oval City. Blue Oval City. Ford to lead America's shift to electric vehicles. Whatever. Actually, you know what? I probably put that. Let's do that again. I want to see what their opinion is about. Let's look at that. So Ford to lead America's shift to electric vehicles with new Blue Oval City mega campus in Tennessee and twin battery plants in Kentucky, $11.4 billion investment to create 11,000 jobs and power new line of advanced EVSs. So Ford, this is what Ford plans to bring, a lot of investment here. So this is from Dearborn, Michigan. That's the headquarters. Ford Motor Company is announcing plans to bring electric vehicles to scale to American customers with two new massive environmentally and technologically advanced campuses in Tennessee and Kentucky. Now that's like in the heart of Hickville. That's in the heart of Hickville. Blatant racist. What's going on? What's going on, James? Blatant racist here. And this is what Ford plans to do. So check this out. And I'm going to be inviting everybody up in a second, but I just want to give us a couple minutes here. We're going to look through here. So Ford's building the new plants in Tennessee and in Kentucky. Now, there are black towns, black ran cities there, okay? So this is on Ford's website. They want to bring 11,000 new jobs, which is a good time because it's war overseas, all these tariffs and all these problems going on overseas with shipping and supply chain problems. Go ahead, set up shop at home like you should have been doing. Let's go ahead and get this business. Let's get this money flowing. Let's get this money going. So this is a transformative moment where Ford will lead Americans' transition to electric vehicles and usher in a new era of clean, carbon neutral manufacturing, less gas emissions. But we're going to be more into the lithium, nickel, battery technology. Okay. So this is where the money is shifting to. Solar, EV chargers are going to go up everywhere. All right. This is where your money flow is flowing to, away from regular gas stations. So this news comes amid strong demand for the all-new Ford F-150 Lightning, which is E-Transit and Mustang Mach-E electric vehicles, and is on top of Ford's recent announcement to expand production capacity and add jobs at the Ford Rouge Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn, Michigan. So more money going to Detroit. Buy your property in Detroit, guys. Buy your property in Detroit now. Okay? This is our moment, our biggest investment ever to help build a better future for America, said Jim Farley, Ford President and CEO. We are moving now to deliver breakthrough electric vehicles for the many rather than the few. It's about creating good jobs and support American families and ultra efficient carbon neutral manufacturing systems and growing businesses that delivers value for communities, dealers, and shareholders. Ford's $7 billion investment in the largest ever manufacturing investment at one time by any automotive manufacturer in the U.S., part of Ford's more than $30 billion investment in electric vehicles through 2025. This investment supports the company's longer-term goal towards achieving carbon neutrality, backed by science-based targets in line with the Paris Climate Agreement. Overall, Ford expects 40% to 50% of its global vehicle volume to be fully electric by 2030. So we are proud to be partnering with Ford as they open a new chapter in automotive history, said Don Gosebe G, okay, president of battery business SK Innovation. We are excited to be taking this decisive leap together as partners and bring our common vision to a cleaner planet. Our joint venture, Blue Oval City SK, will embody the spirit of collaboration. We look forward to growing our trust-based partnership. All right, so all new Ford Blue Oval City. So they're going to be building this city. Blue Oval City will be among the largest auto manufacturing campuses in U.S. history. So this is what's happening. Just like in the complex in Michigan, Blue Oval will usher in a new era for American manufacturing. 3,600-acre campus. Jobs are going there. So Blue Oval City's assembly plant. All right, so all of this is happening. This is a big deal, big money. Keep in mind, that's Ford's website, guys. So now, yep, what's going on, Real Deal? What's up, Real Deal? We're going to drop the link in, and especially you stay around, Real Deal, because we're going to get you to talk to us about the financial mindset. What's up? What's going on? So actually, you know what? I'm going to drop this now, guys, because we're going to need to deal with this. If y'all want to come up, come on up here, because we need to talk about this here, because what's happening. So what's happening now is that big bank take little bank. That's what they say, right? The Tennessee official, he wants to seize this town over the Ford Motor Company investment. Mason, Tennessee is a tiny town that stands to benefit a great deal from Ford Motors' massive investment in electric trucks and batteries, with construction starting at a 4,100-acre truck and battery plant sometime this year. Tennessee's comptroller, they don't say his name, but we're going to get this guy's name because we're going to focus on him. At least I'm asking the community to focus on this guy and attack this guy in a legal way, meaning his position as comptroller, because you don't cut black people out of money just because money's coming there. So if we don't know how to defend our money, what good are we? This guy, this Tennessee comptroller, has a message for elected officials and residents. Dissolve your town's 150-year-old charter, or the state will simply take the town over. So Mason is less than 5 miles from Ford's planned Blue Oval City, one of the new battery and EV truck plants slated to open in 2025 in the American South. The town stands to profit a great deal from construction and operation of such a plant. It's the first boon to the people of Mason have had in a while. So they've been there for 150 years. It's a black town. They've been taking care of, they've been solving their own problems all that time. Now, Mason is slowly rebuilding with a mostly black town government. What should be exciting time for Mason, because there's money finally coming in. You know, now here they go. The Jason Mumpower. Because, see, this is what we don't really do that good a lot of times as Black Americans. When we see a threat, we just simply assume that these people are going to win. And they're going to be able to take our money, so we might as well just forget about it. Yeah. America's hitting the 21st century 22 years after it started. Yep. There you go. We're slow. But this is the reason why, because if we don't know how to deal with this situation with racism, you got this internal problem here where certain people are not supposed to have big money, the little people, as Real Deal tells us. We're not supposed to have money. And when money and investment comes in, Big Bank moves you out the way. Are we just going to move? So we got here a couple people fighting, and I would like people to fight. There's a fight. So people ain't just sitting there just dying off. And we talked about this on Twitter, which people should start going over there. So let's listen to this. Oh, hold on. I still got that going. Hold on. Let me cut this out. Hold on.
Hey, y'all, can y'all remember to tweet out the space?
Charter. All right.
Yes, that's
all right. So we're going to get started. Mr. Turner and Mayor Gooden, can you clarify for us how much time you have for this conversation today? We planned for about an hour, but I know you have other things going as well. Does that still work out for you?
Yeah, that's fine for me. Yes, that's fine with me too.
Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. So there are a couple things that are happening. Twitter has been a light on fire with advocating for Mason and what has been happening there. There have been lots of tweets coming from across the country from stakeholders out in California for the National Assembly of American Slave Descendants, as well as KD, Black Wall Street, and her group, and so many other people. There was a huge, very long, very rich Twitter conversation that happened most of this morning and early afternoon to mid-afternoon that King and Black Wall Street and KD hosted to have this conversation about what's happening. So people want to know, what is the backstory of what's going on and how can we help, essentially. So the general summary for what's happening is that there's this big investment that Ford Motor Company is making to really invest in electric vehicles. And Tennessee, West Tennessee in particular, is going to be one of the places that they're building this blue oval city, as they are calling it, one of the places, including Tennessee. And this town called Mason is in that area. We have folks from Mason, including the mayor, who's going to have this conversation with us. But what is happening there is that the comptroller there is attempting to remove the charter from the city so that the state makes all financial decisions, or most financial decisions. And we want to get some clarity around that, how it connects to this Ford Motor Company plant being placed in that area. So again, we have the mayor from Mason here, Mr. Emmett Gooden. We also have the president of the Memphis chapter of the NAACP, Mr. Van Turner, here to have this conversation with us today. I tweeted an invitation to Mark Truby, who's the vice president of communications for Ford Motor Company. He is a direct report to Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford. I invited him to, in that tweet, of course, participate in this conversation, but also invited him to make a statement of solidarity to Mason, the city, about what is happening. So let's begin. Mr. Turner, Mayor Gooden, thanks for joining. I want to start this conversation with folks getting to know you guys a little bit. So can you introduce yourselves to the community? Tell us a bit about you. Tell us about your professional background, your tenure in your position that you're in, and your background in political affairs and advocacy for the Black community in particular. Mr. Mayor, can we start with you, and then we'll go to Mr. Turner?
Yes, again, thank you, Ms. Denise. My name is Mayor Gooden. I'm from Mason, Tennessee. I've been in government for the past 8 years. I have held my position. Now, this will be the 4th year I'll be holding my position as being the mayor. Currently, I do have a full-time job also, and I work for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I've been there for 25 years, and I stay in Mason. I live in Mason. I've been living there all my life. Matter of fact, the house I'm living in is the house I was born in, and I love Mason. There's no other place I'd rather be, and it is a wonderful place to live, and I just want to see my Black community to grow and be successful, and to make our town beautiful, to bring it up to par, to let the citizens know that we do care.
Excellent, thank you. Mr. Turner, can you introduce yourself to the community?
Yes, again, my name is Van Turner. I'm a native Memphian. I grew up very close to a place where a lot of folks kind of know, Graceland Mansion, which is the former home of Elvis Presley. Now that area, although it was first called Whitehaven, it's predominantly African-American now and has been for quite some time. So that's why I was born and raised. I attended Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. I graduated from Morehouse and eventually ended up in UT College of Law, University of Tennessee College of Law in Knoxville. I graduated law school in 2002, moved back home to Memphis in 2002, and I've been in Memphis ever since that time. I'm licensed to practice in Tennessee and Mississippi. My mother's family is out of the Mississippi Delta, Indianola, Sunflower County, Mississippi to be exact, and that's where B.B. King is from, another well-known blues artist, of course. And so came home and quickly got involved in politics, and I grew up in the NAACP. So I was, part of the youth council.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward it. I got it going on a little faster than normal, but bottom line is this is the interview. This is an interview that that some people on Twitter, that some Black advocates are doing to try to generate the right support, which is to put the pressure on these racists, expose them, and to also let people understand these are the battles that we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is where the power is. It's not in going every 4 years and every other 2 years just voting. That's it. Voting happens once you've done the work. If you haven't done the work to get anything to vote for, then it's nothing to vote for. But we don't have to actually live in a certain little area just to support what's going on, because that's work. That's what historically has been happening. This is the reason why Black people are demanding reparations and all that stuff right now. This kind of stuff. This is redlining. This is, stealing of resources. This is, trying to push people out. You see what I'm saying? And this is why, we got to get up on our game, So this is a big deal in my opinion. This is a really big deal because, every time black people get something, or, we get a little town or a little part of town, which is starting to produce money and starting to develop properly, then what ends up happening is they want to run a freeway through it. Oh, they want to flood the area so that they can have proper irrigation and everybody needs to move. Oh, they need to, there's always something, eminent domain. You see, and then when you look at Black America, and then you blame the citizens themselves for not having the level of income and the level of money that we should have. There we go, right here. Here's your answer. This guy, let me find his picture, Jason Mumpower. I mean, and Tennessee and all of the supporting, he's the face of it, but he's doing this straight up. Let me go out a little bit more.
They want to give it to the county on several reasons, and that's just to help the county out. The Black, but we always had the Caucasians running the town and running our city, and they was the majority that was running our town at the time.
Thank you for that. And that leads perfectly into the next question, which is, tell us a little bit about the town of Mason, its history, when it was chartered, by whom, and that kind of thing. You said it's always been predominantly Black, but it was white run. Tell us a bit more about the history so we can have the full context.
Mason received their charter. It's been, if I'm not mistaken, it's been 120 plus years. They received their charter back, I can't remember exactly when, but it's been 120 some years they received their charter. And right now, currently, that they really wants to try to take our charter because.
So this is good, actually, right here. So as soon as I put Jason Mumpower's name in here, the first thing that pops up is comptroller to take over majority Black town of Mason, ahead of Ford Investment in West Tennessee. So this lets us know that your advocacy, you're putting it out, you're putting a smear on Ford, you're putting a smear on this man's name, because this is absolutely racist. And we want to keep spreading this kind of stuff because this is what's going on. These people, we can't just let people just take our money. Like I said, this is an open show, guys. I encourage you guys to come up if you got any opinion. And we're going to talk about other subjects, but this is just the first subject that I started on here, this Mason town and the Ford investment, and how this racist comptroller, Jason Mumpower, is trying to go ahead and steal, basically, that what they want to do. Yeah, what they want to do is they want to be able to dictate control over all finances. And this is the kind of crap that they do. When everybody's going to get money, but what their objective is, they want to, for some reason, they have a bone in their behind when they see Black people getting some money. When they see Black people, even that you're about to get some money. I guess this goes against some kind of code of ethics. There he is. That's him right there. Jason Mumpower, the comptroller. And so they put him out there as the face. They want him to do the dirty work. Go ahead and get rid of those Black people. Now, this is a city that has a 150-year charter. So they've been there 150 years. All of a sudden, Jason he's concerned about their financial management, how they manage their finances. All of a sudden. You see, this is the reason why when people talk about let's get rid of racism, let's pretend it doesn't exist. Hey, this is why we can't do it. We can't do that. Because we would love to pretend this stuff doesn't exist. It's not about the color of your skin. Because if Jason wasn't doing this, we wouldn't be even talking about this guy. But obviously, they've identified a certain group of people, Black folks, and they said, and somebody somewhere said, we don't want those guys having money. You see? I mean, what we're going to do, we got to fight it. As Black people, we got to fight it. Yeah, exactly. They said racism is Russian disinformation. Exactly. Yeah, and that's why it was kind of confusing. I was over there looking at my brother Prophet of Thoughts channel earlier. I mean, and then he have a title talking about the crazy thing about racism. I'm like, this is what I'm, and it, when you try to pretend something doesn't exist, but it decides to exist as soon as you want to do something. Like I said, guys, go ahead and press the thumbs up button, share the space out, click the link, come on up. And I'm going to move to the next story, but this is the main thing here with this. Mason, Tennessee. I'm going to play a little bit more of this because, like I said, I think this is extremely important. We're going to talk a little bit more about it too, but the point later. But the point is, we need to tweet this dude, let him know we need to send money to these guys in Mason.
Of the fact.
And we need to find out we need to support anybody who needs some funds or whatever. We need to support on how to recall this guy. This is racist. It's racist. It's evil. We need to recall the guy. We need to use whatever card we got to get this Dumbo-eared Tron out of here. This guy. Comptroller. What is he up to? What is he talking about? Actually, I don't even want to go. So Nashville will fix its current budget crisis. How come he didn't take over Nashville? They got a budget crisis. This is back in 2019. So this guy's talking about Nashville's budget crisis. It's the comptroller. But before the money comes in for the Black Town, he wants to take it over. So, like I said, guys, let me play a little bit more of this.
They're talking about how bad we're behind our audits, and they're trying to say the general funds is living off of the water funds. Well, being though that is not true, because when I stepped in the office, it was in a big mess. There was 5 audits behind when I stepped in the office, and since then I have completed all audits except one, and that's 2021, and I have that in the auditor's hand at this time. They're actually, matter of fact, my finance committee is actually putting everything in a portal to the.
And this is the mayor of Mason. The mayor of Mason, Tennessee. Let's look this up. Yeah, they just got Mayor Emmett Gooden. So that's the mayor. This is the guy that's talking. All right. So this is the guy that's running the town right now. But they just want to move him out the way because there's some money coming in. Tennessee takes over Mason after 20 years of poor financial management. And look at the media. Look at the white media. Here they go. They're going to try to set it all up. So March 17th, Mason, Tennessee, the state of Tennessee is officially taking over the town of Mason. This decision comes after Mason's board of mayor and aldermen voted not to surrender the town's charter. So they want you to surrender or they take over. Well, let them take over because they might as well be racist. Let's listen to this.
Have you been diagnosed with uterine fibroids?
Hold on. Yeah, this kind of crap. And the thing is, if somebody does something like this to you,
Tennessee may now be in the hands of the state. This comes after a history of financial problems, including an indictment for theft of town funds, causing concern Mason could lose out on money from the multi-billion-dollar Blue Ford Blue City Oval mega site being built just a short distance away. Action News 5's Talia Fager live with the latest on where the charter stands and what's next for the town of 1300. Talia, good morning.
Good morning, Joy. Last week, Action News 5 checked in with Mason residents who are split over the request to rescind the town's charter. And now the comptroller is expected to take over the town by the end of the week. Last month, Tennessee Comptroller of the Treasury, Jason Mumpower, said the state gave the town of Mason two options when it comes to rescinding their charter. The town could be governed by the county or be taken over by the state. Every Mason resident received a letter from Mumpower earlier this month. The letter cited the town's 20-year history of mismanagement of funds, late audits, and a loss of major revenue from the closure of Core Civic Prison as to why he wanted Mason to rescind their charter. The vice mayor was adamant about keeping their charter and says a lot of the information in the letter wasn't true. She went on to say that while the town still did have debt, they've made improvements and were not in default. We reached out to the comptroller's office yesterday, and they say they're expected to take over Mason's finances by the end of the week. They just haven't taken the official actions to do so. They tell us more information will be available as those next steps move forward. Reporting live, Talia Fager, Action News.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's a bunch of crap. 20 years of financial mismanagement, you just get a new mayor. The people saw, I mean, you got 150 years of
to the auditors at this time. And the biggest thing about it, I can tell you why they want to take over Mason is because of the fact the county mayor, they really want to give it to the county. They want to give it to the county on several reasons, and that's just to help the county out. They want to take it away from the black people and want us to be up under the county where we won't get anything. We really be living on in which the county, I've asked 100 times, what do the county do for the town? They cannot provide me an answer to this very day. What do the county do for them? When I do need them, they will come every now and then. Sometimes they'll send a cop with something real bad going on. They'll send one, but a majority of Mason is not a bad area. And because of the rumors that's going around, that the county mayor, the state denied him of a sewage permit because he's got 300 acres is in the county, but the state has denied his sewage permit because they told him that the Blue Oval, they owns 2 permits and is active. And Mason has an active permit. Well, on his 300 acres, before he get anything, he got to find a way to get sewage. Well, what's the best place? And he knows right now that we have been approved through the state to run to the Lucas-Hatcher River, which Lucas-Hatcher River from Mason, it's about 8 miles. And he's wanting to come and he to take over so he can run his sewage plant through Mason so he can reap all the benefits.
Okay, I want to make sure that I recapture what is said there. And Katie and Black Wall Street King, feel free to clarify these points. And we have a whole program of questions, but I want to make sure I'm clear about what the core issue is here and sort of what's trying to happen and why. What I heard you say is that the comptroller seems to be wanting to take over. It removes Mason's charter so that the county can be in control, or at least so that through the comptroller's office and the comptroller's takeover, the county can be better positioned to leverage some of the resources that Mason has, including this thing about sewage, these approvals, this process about sewage. And how will the county, Tipton County in particular, right? So I have several questions. One, what services is Tipton County supposed to provide to Mason that Mason doesn't provide to itself, but Tipton County does provide to other cities or should? And how does Tipton County play into Blue Oval City and its benefit from this project?
Well, Tipton County.
Mayor Gooden, I'm not sure if we lost you. I couldn't hear your voice for a moment. Can you start over?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Tipton County is really supposed to service us with like police forces when we're in need of officers. Because at one point in time, Mason didn't have any police officers, and we was leaning on the county to do it. And when the county came in and told me, well, hey, you got to find your own to do it because we're short on our own. But you can go, they'd be all in Brighton, Atoka.
All right, so bottom line is, guys, what I think that the call to action on that is you want to pay attention to that situation, deal with, just the mindset of keeping and protecting what you have. If you're going to build something, building a town, do things in a collective manner. If you don't do things in a collective manner, then somebody will just bully you and take over. But I think the people are pushing back on that situation, and I believe that we will win. We'll win. Now, look, this is another subject here. Let's go to a different subject. This guy, let's see. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. So another lie by Ukraine and Western media exposed. Kiev initially claimed that Russian bombs had killed more than 1,000 people, but local officials now say otherwise. Now indicated one woman was injured. Mariupol is where Nazi Azov battalion calls home. Also, indication that Nazis blew up the theater, not Russia. Not Russia. All right, so this is T West. Let's look at what he's got going on. T West does good. You can follow T West. He does a lot of he's on Facebook over here. Let's see. Yeah, he does a lot of international stuff. He's also on Twitch. So there's one show that he had. I wanted to try to get to it. A lot of international stuff, Afro Synergy. But he's actually into, oh, here it is. I think this is it. Okay, so he's saying that the world's largest free trade pact comes into force. So Malaysia is expected to be, well, the Ministry of Malaysia is expected to be the largest beneficiary of the China-backed free trade deal among Southeast Asian countries in terms of export gains, with a projected $200 million increase. Now, this girl here, Marianne, she thinks that T West is happy about it. But the bottom line is, this is the trends. A lot of people don't understand that this is what's happening. Let's see what he's doing. Got that butt, smacked it. Yeah. So this is the trends. This is what we got to follow. We got to deal with what's happening, and we got to move accordingly. So, you know, that was the subject on that one. When let me look at this here. And I'm going to go into one more story if nobody wants to come up, but I want to touch on this though. I want to touch on this. Hold on a second here. The U.S. Treasury will pay tipsters who help lead to seizure of Russian assets. I'm trying to find his show. Oh, here's one. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted to get. So when Russia went into Ukraine, Russia went into Ukraine and found some laboratories. And I think those laboratories must have had something in it, because they're saying how Operation Big Itch, in 1954, a series of trials was conducted using, I can't read that. I can't see that little word. Using, I think it was Aesop chlorophylla fleas, basically using fleas in E-14 munitions. So they were shooting fleas at people with cardboard and sponge inserts. The insects were dropped from altitudes of 205 and 610 meters over U.S. Army Dugway Proving Ground, Utah, to investigate the suitability of the munition components for dissemination of these arthropod vectors, determining survival and host acquisition ability. Dissemination from these devices, plot carrier patterns produced by E-14's munitions, filled the special carriers. The fleas were successfully reared to the appropriate stage, then dropped on the target with little or no die-off. After release, the insects were successful in acquiring hosts, but were not active longer than 24 hours. The sponge carriers were the most widely distributed as indicated by carrier patterns. So that was in 1954. In 1955, Operation Big Buzz. In May 1955, a field test was conducted in Georgia to demonstrate the feasibility of mass producing, storing, loading into munitions, and disseminating mosquitoes from aircraft to determine if the mosquitoes would survive the airdrop and take blood meals from humans. All right, so yeah, he's just exposing some of this stuff here. But actually, there was he had something that was talking about how, yeah, they test on soldiers. Used to test, they do test. Yeah, still do. They used to test on soldiers. Yeah, they still do test on soldiers. That's what they do. But no, but it was something he was talking about how when Russia went in there, they got primary documents basically showing how that was making a connection to the pandemic that we went through. And I was trying to find that part on his page. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's another one. Hold on a second here, guys. Oh yeah. What's going on, brother Speech? What's up, Speech?
Hey, what's up, Super Mike? What's going on?
No, it's just this all going on. I just went over some stuff. I'm just talking about some other things, just some basic talk. We was getting into Save Mason. Have you heard about the situation in Mason, Tennessee? With
no, not until you was talking about it just earlier. So
yeah.
I haven't heard about it, but yeah, that's sad that they trying to pull a gangster move. They doing their own version of what Russia's doing to Ukraine.
Exactly.
But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on Ukraine.
I know, exactly. You see? Yeah, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't have time to be focused on Ukraine, because if you sit up here worried about Ukraine, they're taking our lunch right here. They're taking our money. They're taking our food. Now, like right now, everybody's hurting financially with the gas and everything. So that's pushing everybody to go to the electric, right?
Right.
And Real Deal, I wanted him to come up because he's like, you follow Real Deal Financial?
I have, but I haven't been looking at his stuff as of late.
Yeah, because he's really good. He's actually very good. So, but he keeps up on trends. He goes into the stocks. He knows about the bear market and bull markets, showing people how to make money from both sides of that coin. And then definitely about the real estate market and all of the different, avenues and stuff like that. Those kind of things, we have to be, that's like the battle, those are like the weapons, those are the machine guns here to me. You know what I'm saying? Because we got black people on the internet arguing with each other over men and women, arguing with each other over ratchet behavior, poor conditions, because black folks is in poverty. Police come kill you. You have no legal response because you're broke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're broke. All these innocent people in jail. And then 30 years later, oh, sorry. Let them out. Yeah.
And some of them don't even get payment for that.
No, they ain't gonna. They're gonna stop paying you, and they don't want to give you nothing.
Right. So it's
See,
like, yeah, like I did I went on a little rant.
yeah, I heard your show the other day. It was good. You was getting it.
Yeah, because we worry about things about image and all that, but I'm like, man, nobody cares about your feelings about the image of something. You ain't got no power. So if
Right.
you ain't got no power, it don't matter what you feel or what you think about the image. You can't control it. So what's the point?
Right.
But we want to cry about colorism and talk about who's sleeping with who and all that stuff.
Man,
That is minor. That's minor stuff.
brainwashing.
Right.
They're brainwashing each other, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish people. What's up, Leroy? They're brainwashing
What's
each other.
going
See, that's what
on?
I'm saying. Like, go ahead,
And,
turn it down from the other side.
yeah. I'm turning down the background.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? Let's get into this.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Did you hear that? Yeah, this is brother Leroy. He out there in Atlanta, right? And this brother speak, man. But Leroy, did you hear about Mason? Did you hear what I was talking about Mason, Tennessee earlier?
Yeah, I did, and
Yeah.
dude, I mean, it's tough. I mean, they definitely always want to come into our communities and take over. And I mean, I hate to go here because we talking about the white dude, and they deserve all the work. But dude, I stay in the city. Like I'm born and raised in Atlanta, but the part of Atlanta I'm in, we were able to annex out and form our own city, and we the blackest city in America. And the people that look like me who run the city, man, they on the dumb shit. Pardon my French, but
you're right.
You're right.
You gotta call it out.
Yeah, we're in prime position to turn city of South Fulton into Greenwood and try and get to where they got with flipping the dollar 38 times before it leave. But we got men and women who the mayor and on the council that's more concerned with being a Democrat than being black and doing for black.
There you go. There you go.
Dude is sick, man. In Mason, they need to get away from being Democrat and be black and see about black. Integration
I think that's
to
kind
me.
of what they on, because they did a little interview over there on Twitter. I was playing some of it.
Okay.
But those people the people who are pushing Save Mason, they think like me or us. They like black first. I mean, we're gonna be. I mean, yeah, we'll vote for Democrats when we need to get something. You know what I mean? You're voting to get something. You know what I'm saying?
But what they done gave us, what we done got.
Like, listen what I mean. Listen what I mean when I say that.
All right.
Like, okay, if we worked for something, right? Let's say they got their town, they got a town. So now the people in that town, they really run that town. It's a small town, but they have a lot of control over that town. Now, if they want something, they're deciding to do something, then they can vote now. You know what I'm saying? Now your voting counts, right? There. But if you're worried about, like you said, some national candidate talking about, we need to push Joe Biden, what you gonna get from that? There's no need for me to vote for that if I'm not gonna get anything. You see what I'm saying? So you should be able to vote, but you don't vote just to vote. You vote for something. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not gonna give up I'm not gonna go out there and just voting. And then when like with the situation with them over in Mason, I think that's a good opportunity to show black people that like we can actually, we can protect our stuff, because we're gonna have to learn how to protect our stuff at some point in time anyway.
Oh yeah.
start? When we gonna start? When we gonna start trying to figure out how to do that? Can they just? I mean, this man literally just came in here, said, "Give up your charter to the city." He said, "Give
Yeah,
up your charter by this week,
by
or
this week. I mean, or what? What are you gonna do?
we gonna take it over." That's what he
That,
said. If you listen to the
but
video,
giving up your charter is giving them the avenue to take it over.
exactly. So basically, he didn't give him no choice. But basically, the news. If you listen to the little news clip I played, it
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
said, "Oh, the city comptroller gave them two options. Really? Give up your charter, 150-year-old charter, or which is right after slavery. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a black town. They can't, they established that from slavery on their own. So
One of the
that's
ones they didn't bomb.
right. They didn't bomb because it probably wasn't that rich, but now it's some money about to start happening around there. Give up your town charter,
Yeah,
otherwise we're taking it over. So I commend the little mayor and stuff because they said we're not giving nothing up. You got to take it, and we're gonna fight as much as we can for it. And that's what I'm saying. So they went off to it, and it's because we're just talking about it. Y'all, everybody may not know, but like I said, if you put in Mason, Tennessee, the first thing will come up. The comptroller talking about taking it over. So that's kind of good because that means that people have been pushing like Save Mason and all that kind of thing. And now they're starting to put heat on Ford. Ford don't want to look like a racist.
Mm-hmm.
oh no, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So put
And
the heat on.
and in some ways, a lot of that is for show. I mean, you look at Goldman Sachs; they ready to give the sisters 10 billion, but
Yeah, yeah,
they doing that to drive division. They ain't doing that because that means the sisters gonna go back and help the brothers, and they all gonna come up. Nah, that ain't why they doing it. Because we
nah.
know who the people are that run Goldman Sachs, spelled
Yep.
SACHS.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
and since they made that announcement, no money has been given out.
See?
All they've been doing is doing like study groups and all that. Same thing they could have done before they even made this announcement and could have been already start doing that. But they
That,
haven't
that
done anything.
that way, when they drop the news, they can go ahead and cut the checks. But that show you
Well,
they ain't serious.
No.
another thing that shows you that they put statements out there and see what we're gonna talk about online. How we gonna deal with it? They
Yeah,
No.
studying us. That's what's
man.
going
Look,
on.
hey, if you talk to the brothers and the sisters out there in Mason, tell them when the comptroller come at them again like that. Ask the comptroller, okay, so China say y'all mismanaging the money, y'all
Yeah,
over here our government, and
right.
y'all owe us X amount of billions. We gonna take it over and ask him how will he react to that?
I mean, listen, man, it's not about and once we get to our minds, you ain't gonna reason with these people. You know what I mean? Like we be trying to give all these arguments and how this is fair and this is right, and we think we're gonna talk these people looking at you like you sure can talk, can't you? What you gonna do about when I do what I'm gonna do anyway? What you gonna do? It's about chess. They're like, if I make this move, what you gonna do?
Right. It's about it. You can't talk to these people on, especially on the thing of reparations. I have
Right.
nothing against reparations. My only issue is, okay, they're not just going to give it to you. You have to make them. You have to
Right.
put them in a position that they don't have a choice but to give it to you.
Exactly.
And we're not there yet. We're
Well,
still trying to. Well, we're
yeah.
closer,
Well,
but
see,
we're
that's
not.
what I mean. That's what I mean. See, that's why I was saying like a lot of us we don't realize that there is a trend. You create trends to get yourself to where you want to be. But you got to start it, and it ain't gonna look like it's gonna work right at the beginning. But the world is ran by numbers. You know what I'm saying? You got to get people agreeing with you, and then yeah, go ahead.
It's ran by numbers, all right, 2%, and you know it's 2% I'm talking about.
Right.
But I mean, it's deeper than the numbers because, okay, let's look at what is it, AAPI.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it took no huge groundswell for Cambodians, Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, and all of them to say, yeah, because of what's happening with the murders that happen down here, y'all need to cut us a check. In some respects, they already wanted to do that, and yeah, they might have got it pushed from the Asians in federal positions, but we got a whole black congressional Congress that ain't doing jack.
Man, please, they was put there to keep you from doing something. You see, the action comes from us. That's where
Jim Bojangles Clyde burnt.
But see, the action comes from us. That's the thing that we got to start spreading that understanding. Like let's say me, you, and Speech, we decide, just like we decided to do this little show. This is just a little small example. We didn't have to go vote to get this done. We just set it up and we just did it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just to scale that on a bigger level, let's say we decide to open up a corner store. We'd be like, okay, we just put some money together and then we go do it. Like, the action comes from the people. Now, the officials, what they do, they like, oh, okay, we need to regulate this. Then, you know, these people, they're just coming up and doing stuff. So they come up with licenses and then positions like comptroller or whatever, and they'll have them just come in. We don't want this happening, and they just do. Now, if they can do stuff under the cover of where nobody even knows about it, then the better. Then they got ultimate power. But when they can be threatened too, though, just like we can be threatened as far as our businesses and money and positions and all that stuff. You know, we don't realize the fact that, you know, we got enough people, we can threaten their positions and livelihoods and all that kind of stuff. So it's a basically like a dog eat dog world, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have nothing to threaten these people back with, and a lot of times they make us think that, oh, we got to threaten everybody like with some kind of physical. No, it's not that. It's like there's a lot of options that we have, especially that we live in this country. But when you don't believe you got something, you won't even try. So, you know, first of all, that's how I look at it. This guy, he literally think he just come up there, and maybe they end up getting it, but you know, I don't know. That's I don't think the people gonna let that go away. And I don't think it's about with this group here that was talking about this. Yeah, they wasn't talking about no Democrat Republican thing. They was talking about saving a town. I like that. I like that. And just like you said down there, which one you in? And is that East Point or?
Well, it's City of South Fulton. When you drive out,
I remember.
Yeah, 166. Yeah, we became our own city. Came in as the 9th largest city, population wise in Georgia, starting out, and we on our third, fourth year of the charter, but we got infighting that is, man, it's stupid, man. They want to throw up apartments when they drive down property value. And then at the same time, when you're supposed to look out for yours, I'm gonna give y'all one little thing. When this COVID lockdown jazz all happened,
right,
in our city where our people, you would think, yeah, they're not gonna be the ones to raise property tax.
Lie.
Yeah, had to find that one out the hard way.
Running stuff like they want to run stuff like the so-called white folk, but that ain't how. The reason why it's not going to really work. So just like DC, this is a good little thing here. Let me play this.
Lawsuits our nonprofit has ever won. Just
hold on.
Hey everybody, Del Beatry here from the High Wire. I have breaking news. One of the most important lawsuits our nonprofit has ever won just got settled today. I'm talking about the DC minor consent for vaccination law. This was a law passed in Washington, DC that allowed for 11-year-old minors to be vaccinated with vaccinations without approval from their parents. Now, what this law did was it basically forced the doctor to lie to their parents and create a fake vaccination record. It also forced the school to lie to the parents about the actual vaccination record of the child. It forced the insurance company to create fake billing so the parents couldn't see they'd been billed for this vaccination. Ultimately, this was one of the most authoritarian measures ever to be passed that would put your child into a system that you knew nothing about. Imagine if your child had been injured by this vaccine, you would have no knowledge of their history or understand what to do about it if they were having an allergic reaction. That's just one of the problems. Well, today, up until this moment in Washington, D.C., you could have your child forcibly vaccinated or consent to vaccination without your approval. That is now over. Informed Consent Action Network. We told you we were going to fight this law the moment it was passed. This was a dangerous precedent being set in the United States of America. It has now been struck down because of our great law firm and the work by Aaron Siri. We're very excited. This is a huge development in the legal world around vaccinations in America. We still have decisions to make for our children because of the work that we have done. I want to give all of you credit because those of you that have been sponsoring and helping the Informed Consent Action Network, you made this happen today.
Yeah. So what y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is what they tried. These people who run this stuff like this, these people got to come down, man. And it's not going to look like, a lot of people don't understand, the people who are running stuff, the way stuff used to run, it's got to fail. And the people who like, just regular people supposed to run stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be able to just have somebody in some office somewhere just be like, well, we taking over your town. Or we just decide, the mayor gonna decide to, all school children can decide to take shots without the parents, against the parents' decisions. And we gonna tell the kids to hide it.
That ain't the only thing they hiding.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch. It's a bunch. But I'm just saying, you gotta bring.
Oh yeah, no question. It has to stop, and it will stop. Back in the day, black or white, trying stuff like this, people used to bleed over.
Well, see, yeah, but yeah. So why we don't do that now? What stopped us? Who trained them?
Dude, people don't want to be behind them bars.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Cause, dude, we have a son, and he has asthma, and they didn't put it on the news. You don't have to wear the mask in the school anymore.
Right.
At my school, at my son's school, they still got him in the mask.
See, to this day,
and they is us. The
I'm
ones
saying
at the school.
They though, right now, they still doing that mask thing.
Yeah, even though they just said on the news, Fulton County schools, the mask is optional.
Well, see, this is what yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so if it's optional, if a child is opting out, it shouldn't be no words.
That's right.
Evidently this child opted out. But the teachers wearing it, the teachers scared.
Feelings. They feeling.
Yeah.
And see, and the thing is, facts don't matter in this America.
Oh boy.
Facts don't matter. People don't even know what a fact is. Everybody has their own facts.
Then what is the truth?
I know. Like, do you understand what a fact is? A fact is something that's not really debatable. A fact is true whether you know it or not, whether you agree with it or not. Are you standing on the ground? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, in the middle of the earth. We don't know about it, but it's happening. If not, then we would, there were certain things we wouldn't be able to stand on this planet. There's a lot of stuff going on. These are facts. These things are just true. You know, now I mean some facts, just because you don't know about it, then you may want to argue whatever just because you don't know. But once the stuff has become plain, once we can see it, once we can prove it, stop arguing. The argument is over.
But that be them emotions that keep pushing them
See, that's my point.
to
Right.
not let it go, to just say, okay, I was wrong. It is nothing wrong with admitting you was wrong. Guess what? That means you learned something. I learned something.
No, but then that's when the ego get into the way of everything, because they don't want to look like they were wrong. They want to be the authority of everything. So
That's the issue. Let me
Yeah.
ask you this real quick before we, because you know, I want y'all to see this, and I want to hold on a second here. Damn, I hate this share screen thing. Okay, you got to keep switching back and forth from it because I just want to show this. Now, if you're praying for Ukraine, what does that look like?
Oh man. Oh man.
Azovs?
Dude,
Yeah.
have I? Man, I go. Yeah, I have.
Damn. That's a Nazi. What's this? What is this?
Yeah.
What's that? SS battalion?
Yeah.
What is that? Come on, man. We sending money over there? Y'all, this is what we voting for? Democrat? This is what is going on? Why can't we wake up from this?
Well,
Dude, black people that support this are white supremacists.
I can't understand this.
either they or they just dumb. Let's just
But
call
a
it.
lot of us are dumb. But why do so many dumb people got money? I guess I don't know, resources. What's happening with us, man? Because yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, look, because they're smart enough to do certain things, they can get the money. You know, so I mean, they're smart in some regards, but dumb on a lot of stuff, and they show it every day. So, but like I said, they get money though.
But
I don't know.
Is it true? Like, have you ever seen this at your job or whatever? The butt kisser, the asshole, or the cutthroat, he gets leveled up to the foreman or management or upper level position. And the person who's fair, who's trying to, you know, do things the right way, smart and intelligent way, you know, they don't seem to get it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I seen it at my job. But here's the thing with them though. At my job, they don't last long.
Oh, really?
Man, shoot, I've had so many supervisors who were like that.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, gone within a year.
What happens to them?
Either they get transferred to a worse unit, or the people start calling in on them, so they got to get rid of them. Like, they got to get out of here, or mysteriously they get a lot of disciplinaries and then they get fired that way. So it's yeah, you could be that the butt kisser and all that. Well, I put it this way: the butt kisser though, they last a little bit longer.
See, that's the problem right there.
Yeah, those last a little bit long, but the asshole, the cutthroat, no, they don't last long. It's just the butt kissers.
Because really and truly, but do the American people, do we reward truth? Can we take the truth?
No.
Because I mean, do we reward someone that lies to us? They tell us what we want to hear. But if somebody can come around, you know, just like Cynthia McKinney, remember her?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we didn't help her. We want somebody to just lie.
Look,
fake, phony.
When you was talking about voting earlier, I have protested vote my entire life. Now, one time have I been in that booth. And the one time I was gonna go, it was to vote for her, because the thing she said, at least the picture she painted, what I wanted was for somebody to really look at what happened at 9/11. And
Right.
she was all about it in her home state, Georgia. Here,
Mhm.
I
Like,
got the ballot.
yep.
She was not on the ballot in her own state, but she was on the ballot
Exactly.
nationwide.
You see what I'm saying? But what do we reward? That's my point. Why don't we reward if we claim we want somebody honest, the truth, or somebody that's going? Because to me, I don't need to like my politician. I don't care about liking nobody. I want somebody who, okay, this is the type of person who's going to be effective in this position. That's how I'm looking at it. And maybe if they're truthful, they're honest. Okay, maybe I don't like that personal decision that they took, but this is that person. Okay, this is an honest person. They're qualified for the position, and I'm going to get this out of voting for them. If there's somebody or something that I'm not going to get anything from it, I'm not going to get nothing from it. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to have to fight anybody who gets up in there. So,
But yeah,
like,
we
I don't
got.
care. But we
But
we think these people are supposed to be our friends.
but we got people in our own community going over there to fight. We got a doctor leaving Detroit.
A dummy. He ain't nobody.
You go. I mean, look, whether he go over there and go rebel or not, that
But
ain't even
they'll
it.
raise that crap up to national. Ain't no. I mean, man.
It's not enough problems in Detroit.
Exactly.
How about fight the battle at the door at your door before you go overseas to somebody else's door and help them fight?
Right. But this is that. But see, what the thing is, that type of mentality, we got to teach that because just like Brother Speech said before, we got people on the internet arguing about nothing. You got a whole thing called the manosphere. Leroy, you don't know nothing about this. Good that you don't, because it's worth nothing. It's worth nothing. But you got people online who they think it's fun to keep up just negative crap, just talking trash about women and how they dog women, and then the women get on them and they dog each other, and then it's like this thing they just enjoy toxic stuff. This is what you got online, and then they try to use that to represent Black people as Americans. That's what they
But
do.
that's what they're giving us in the reality TV shows.
Mm.
Drama.
Drama.
Straight up drama.
Nah, Brother Speed, let's talk about this real quick before we get up out of here. What do you think about this Michi situation and her buying? Now, do you know Michi X, Leroy? You probably don't know it.
Yeah. I done talked to her.
I
Okay,
know of her, but I haven't.
She played a chess move.
I haven't seen her in a long time. So what she do?
Okay, you haven't kept on because usually you keep up on these like little stuff like this with people and their little internet beefs. You heard of it, Leroy?
Yes, sir. Yeah, she bought his trademark.
Yeah.
So now she I mean, that was a king move. Especially since she felt like, they have some kind of beef. I don't know all the particulars, but between her and Boyce Watkins. So whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know who bought it though. I didn't know it was Michi X.
Yeah, it was her, Michi.
Yeah, I heard it. Somebody was talking about that, but they didn't say who bought it. They just said, yeah, some woman bought his trademark. I didn't know it was Michi X. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
man, she don't like you, brother.
Well, no,
I mean, he should, for the numbers Boyce pushing, he shouldn't have got caught slipping like that. For the things he's saying, I would think you would close that door.
At the same time, though, you can if somebody know you, if somebody watch you long enough, they're gonna catch you slipping on something.
Right.
Yeah, but okay, but that I mean, I would think, for
See,
the
that's what I
financial
said.
stuff he into, I don't know. That's kind of surprising to me. But
Well, I mean, you
Yeah.
wouldn't think somebody would trademark your actual name. I mean, that name. You would think nobody would do that. He probably wouldn't even think about it. I mean, he's had issues before, that other lady that's suing him
Yeah.
over that. So plus, I think, he's enjoying his marriage. He probably wasn't even thinking that he probably wasn't even thinking she was gonna do something like that, but she did it. So,
gotcha.
You know, the thing is though, she ain't really doing. You think she doing anything? She's not really doing nothing. Because all he's gonna do is change. We change the name of his channel. I mean, what is she gonna get from that?
I mean, yeah, she
Never
changed.
know.
Yeah, but you had to change the name of the channel. Yeah, but that is a hindrance.
Yeah, I mean, she just inconvenience them. That's just like some of these jobs. Like, I don't know, man. See,
Hey, but
I look at it like this. Just me, my personal view here on this. This is a thing that we see set up, and it keeps black folks back sometimes. I mean, this happens in everybody's community, but I'm talking about black people in our business deals. We get disappointed. Like I had business deal with, went in on a restaurant with each other, whatever. But when somebody is not, let's say they ain't doing what you expected, and maybe y'all having little disagreements or whatever and whatever. Okay, let's start working together. That's cool. That happens, just like somebody in group in like the new edition or something. Somebody wants to go off on their own, do their own thing. Do you really got to go start dissing everybody that you came up with just because you had a disagreement on something? Y'all was friends. Y'all was big time friends. Nobody knew who this girl was before Boyce set her up. He set her up. Now, let's say he did something she didn't like. It probably was true. Maybe he was wrong. Okay. But all of a sudden, he's the scum of the earth just that quick because he did one thing you didn't like. But was you lying before when you was talking good about him all these years? And then he did that one thing. Now he's complete scum of the earth.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the problem with us. I think we got
set a high bar.
Yeah, it's like we got to understand humans are humans. Okay, I ain't saying that if somebody do you wrong, keep letting them do you wrong, right? I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying like, okay, all right, times change. We need to separate. Okay, I'm mad about this particular issue. I'm gonna move on, right? Now the girl, she's got notoriety. She's got some influence. She can finesse that into a nice little career for herself. But instead, here she go. Burn it now. Nobody wants to work with somebody like that. Just you have one disagreement. Now they going after all your everything like this. Talking trash online. How you gonna get other business associates?
Right. But people don't think about that. They just think I'm gonna get at this person, make him look bad, and I be the hero.
And what she
it was being petty. It was being petty. Yeah,
what are you gonna get from this?
Hey, what she should be doing now is trying to push him, because if you own something, if you own his trademark, his name can benefit you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
However she trademarked it, she needs to be trying to maximize that.
She could have charged him. That's exactly. Now look at that. She could have charged him. She could have said, "I own the trademark, Boyce. Give me this. That's it. This is business." Boyce is a businessman. He probably would have said, instead of change all his, because all his name, all he did is change the name on his video, and he started paying his lawyers to fight it. He's still doing his thing though. He's still rich.
All right.
He's still got all his other channels. He's still building his school. And now, I mean, she taught him a good lesson. Damn, I was slipping. She got me. You know.
Yes.
Check, you know.
That's
you know,
what it is.
trademark the rest of it. It is what it is. Business is business. That's like saying you're gonna play chess and you ain't gonna lose not one piece. I mean, yeah, yeah. Come on, man. You know, I mean,
that sounds good, don't it?
no, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. And sometimes, you know, you get slipping, you caught slipping. You know, ain't nobody perfect. So I mean, you know, but my thing is this. I think that's a good lesson. You know, we gotta realize that, like, and we're gonna be doing more business with each other. We're gonna be doing more business with family. You know, we are passionate people, just like you said down there, and we're gonna start having more positions of authority, mayors and stuff. And you know, we gotta realize, like, our emotions, we can't be letting our emotions, because our emotions can cause everything to just go to hell just because we mad over one thing. We want to get somebody back. We the leader of a city, and we control, you know, the school budget, or now we do this and we do that, the land assessment. And because somebody, I don't know, maybe they cussed us out in public and nobody disrespects me like that. Oh, I'll show you what I'll do. I'll fire you. I'll get rid of you. And maybe that person was a good performer, and now the school budget is effed up. You know,
right?
Some little emotions.
Hey, them emotions are strong.
We need the white people to come in. Let the
Yeah,
white
and
people
Save us.
And they coming. You know they coming.
Why
They
sure.
waiting.
We'll come in and help you guys out. If you guys can't settle your own problems amongst your own self, yeah, just we'll come in here and who
Take everything.
tell us what happened. And, oh, okay, well,
Mhm.
you're wrong and you're right, and well, we have to stay here and we'll run everything, and you need to be punished. Yeah, you know, so we need to build a prison to punish you, destroy your business, and we
Right.
run everything. You see, this is what we not seeing this part. You know, we're not
No,
seeing that part when we try to
no,
be.
because we don't think about it. We just in that moment, and then we don't we forget about that's our reputation. So now you have a reputation of, if they do something you don't like, oh, you're gonna do all kinds of stuff that's gonna cost money.
Right.
Because that's at the end of the day, people gonna care about that paper more than your feelings. They don't care about that paper. And if it's a risk that I'm gonna lose money dealing with you, yeah, they're not gonna deal with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because you're too unstable.
Right.
And boys, people got criticisms for boys, but the point is, I look at it like this, y'all. Like, if we're gonna be running stuff, we're gonna have to start being rich. You know, we're gonna have to start. We can't be hating on people because they're business leaders. I mean, like, you know how the first thing somebody need to do, like, if they're well, they're just doing that for some money. Well, maybe if it's just for money, then I understand. Yeah, criticize them. But just because somebody got some money, that right there alone either don't make them. We got to look at what's actually being done. You know, what is the problem? What's happening? What's actually being done? You know, we can't be just demonizing somebody because they actually got a little bit of money because they did a few things right, especially if they still not compromising on, you know, their character, on what they said they're about. You know what I'm saying? If you're about this, then, you know, stand on whatever you said you was about. You know, and we got, you know, that's what I respect better. You know, I respect people's truth. If this is what you believe, that's what you believe. That's it. Don't now somebody, you know, now because it's unpopular, you gonna change.
Yeah, change with the direction of the wind.
Exactly, and that's what I think that's the problem with especially Black people, but especially America. Like, if somebody tells you, okay, yes, I'm racist, I hate Like if Trump comes up there and he's like, "Oh yeah, I hate black people. You guys are the scum of the earth," and it is what it is. Okay, if he said that, but you look at what's actually being done. Okay, well, did he invade Africa? Is he bombing Somalia? Is he cutting black folks out of money here or money there? Is he trying to force everybody to get something that they don't want?
Right.
That's what I'm looking at.
Hold on. Are you describing what Trump could be or what the current administration is actually doing?
Yeah. Look at this here. Look at this here. Now look. So you got this here. Now I try not to say the words because these people.
Yeah.
But we starting to see this kind of stuff. They told everybody they had to take something, and you got this. Who's like, who pays for this?
Start with the schools and the businesses, because you can't touch the manufacturers of the poison.
See,
they have immunity, but these schools and businesses don't.
And
they don't have that protection.
And then they get to tell you that you got to do something, otherwise we're gonna. And then they say they didn't force you.
Yeah.
If you don't, then we gone.
Right. So one of the manufacturers, they were told they wanted to drop the information 75 years from now at 500 pages a month.
Yeah.
So they end up going back to court, and the judge told them no, 10,000 pages, and it started last month. Well, one of those pages from one of the manufacturers states that 1,200 people died. They got 48,000 people who had side effects. No, 42,000 people who had side effects. And the number of side effects was like 128,000. So what is that, like 3 side effects a person?
Yeah.
There
we go.
If that's accurate, because they probably fudging those numbers.
Yeah, they fudging everything, but
yeah,
but the point is, so they started, like you said, they started releasing some of that stuff. Ooh. And it's coming out. Yeah, different people are reporting on it. And we got to pay attention to this stuff. And this is the reason why, fear is a big deal. They scare everybody. And, once you make old black women scared,
oh my goodness,
you don't tell them. You can't tell them nothing.
That's true. Man, I got coworkers right now. They still trying to convince me. You gonna get it?
See?
I keep telling them, no.
And they really care about you though.
But I just want you to be safe.
You could die from it. I said, well, if I get the, what, I get it anyway, and I can die from it anyhow.
Logic doesn't matter. Facts don't matter.
But it's like, but it be less. You have
severe.
Less symptoms. Right. I'm like, wait, hold up. The point of the what is so I don't get it. Why am I taking something I'm gonna still get it? Then on top of that, I can
share it
to a person who never. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
What do we do with you? I might as well.
But the thing is, we got to play with our speech on this kind of talk. This is actually more dangerous. We ain't cussing nobody out. We ain't talking about. But if this is more dangerous than
words
that we hear on the YouTube streets and people talking about they running up on folks and
Young Dolph, who killed Young Dolph? How many bullets he caught? Not to belittle that or nothing like that, but just in comparison to this subject.
Right.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
We got two people in the manosphere arguing when they gonna fight. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. See,
this is what we arguing about.
How many views they done got? Probably thousands.
Oh yeah. I mean, I went and looked at it, and then I'm like, okay, this was goofy,
See,
but
But if you say the word that rhymes with
right.
Racine,
Yep.
Wisconsin,
mhm.
you got a problem.
Your channel's gone. Your
Exactly.
channel
Yeah,
gone.
they don't threaten my
Your
shit.
Facebook page gone. Everything gone.
You in
Bro,
Facebook
they trying to
jail,
threaten my little Instagram. Y'all can go on Instagram and follow me here. Let me see.
man.
Man,
I caught 30 days in Facebook jail for cropping a picture off of
yeah.
Facebook and reposting it.
See, you can't do that. See, this is
And
what
then,
Mhm.
you
but
should have known. You're
hold
evil.
on, so cropping is illegal?
Yeah,
I'm
look at
confused.
this though. This kind of coincides. This here,
Hell,
listen to this one. Hey, we gotta be careful here. This is dangerous talk that we talking right now. You know what I'm saying? This little small pop right over
Hold on,
there.
we haven't said any of the words.
No, no, no. It's even dangerous just because they can, they
you
Yeah,
just
they
can
got.
you hint at it, and it was
they're like,
hell shit. I did a podcast and I was playing a song on YouTube.
Copyright
They
strike.
blocked my video. Like
see?
Copyright
what the
strike.
hell?
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
you can't. What the fuck? Now they eventually released it, and
Right.
like, come
Boom.
on, man.
I see
I'm
that.
done.
So over there in
Wow.
Russia, or Russia and
Yes.
Ukraine, they done found somebody. They done blew up some labs over there, and I guess the scientists ain't have a chance enough to burn and cut up all the paperwork.
The shredder went
Somebody done
down.
found some
Guess the shredder wasn't working that day.
yeah, somebody
No.
done found some experiments, U.S. controlled studies of disease transmission via bats. Okay, wow, that's interesting.
Hey.
Yeah, so
Hey, Superman, can you throw up that picture I sent you earlier?
oh yeah, let me see here, let me find that.
Because this is what happens when you share this information. It's ridiculous, man. It for the things that are facts,
Damn.
there is no tolerance for.
Yeah, see that? Yeah,
No, not that one.
not that one.
I mean that's cool, but the other one, the first one I sent
Hold on.
today.
Shit, let me go back here.
But that's downtown Atlanta for me right now with Leah Thomas giving the women the breaks in the pool. It's ridiculous,
one?
man.
The January 6th.
Nah, keep going up.
Shiva. Oh, that was me. Microphone drop. Committed to improving state of the world. Oh no.
Well, it's
committed to improving the state of the world. Oh, they hate Putin. Putin is not playing with them, is he?
Man, he in league with the dude in the background.
Huh?
He in league with the dude in the background with the bald head.
That's
Klaus.
the change it. See, this is stuff that we, that's why they had to keep watching us over here on YouTube. They really watch us. As long as they're talking foolishness, okay. We're safe. As long as we talking crazy, damn, I can't. Okay, am I over here or over here? Okay, there we go. No, I don't see it. You probably didn't send it to me.
Well, it's a screenshot of it's on my phone, not on my tablet. So,
okay.
But I'll just describe it. For posting a story similar to what you just showed about the transmission.
Right.
I was flagged for. Here come the flag penalty. Yep. they flagged me for community standards. I haven't been quote punished and put in virtual jail, but I've been flagged.
Hey, we
Wow.
should go over here too. Y'all should probably get a little account over here on Black Junction TV. You know, this brother Yusuf. You heard about this speech, haven't you? Black Junction.
Black
I have not.
Junction. Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I have not. You
I
know.
mean, he was struggling for a while, but he's building up. He's building it up. You know, this is just like a YouTube thing. Black owned brother. He's he's out there in Atlanta too. Let me see, where's Yusuf stuff at? Come on, Yusuf, where you at, bro? But he had a little no, but I got an account here, and it's a nice little community over here. This is him. This is Yusuf. This is the brother. So where it is now. He's done. Need like $5 a month. You know what I'm saying? Try to build it up. I thought we was gonna close, but it he done pulled it through. So this kind of stuff here we gotta put up. I don't think he can do lives yet. He don't have the facilities to do lives, but people over here, they pushing it good. They got the message out. You can put little messages. You can put a whole you can I guess migrate your video over here too, because everybody's over here. A lot of people over here, I should say. But of course, a lot of people who get censored, they come over here and they go over to stuff like Rumble and all that. I got all that stuff too. Yeah, but yeah, we're about to end it off though. But yeah, I just wanted to, have a general conversation with fellas, with the guys, brothers. We talking to them. We gotta raise our kids off of some the truth, the diet of the truth. We, just basic general stuff in the world. It is. What's up on your mind before we check up out? What's y'all?
Oh man, to back up a little bit to the SS story.
Yeah.
Man, that is completely not what we're being told.
No.
I mean, it's when they have to resort to, and this may be information for people who don't know, who are listening, when they have to resort to using footage from different places and times in history in order to influence a narrative.
Yep.
You have to be cognizant of that, or just open your mind to this might be the truth, and they might be lying to us again when they're using video game footage.
Always lie.
Video game footage.
Always lie.
Yes.
They always lie. Expect the lie.
And be shocked when you get the truth.
No, you're gonna get a mixture of truth and lie. Always. And the only part of the truth you're gonna get is the part that you can verify. See, because they know that you can verify it independently, that part they're gonna tell you the truth. Because that's gonna say, well, they told it, because you're gonna look and verify, well, they told the truth about that. See, that's true. But then the part that you can't verify, the part that they got hidden, it's in the government, little database somewhere. It's over there in Ukraine and hit in a different language, hidden in a database somewhere else. That's the lie.
Hey, sometimes they lose it, like the instructions on how to get back to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just, I don't know, man, we lost it.
That moon thing, I think they don't have those black women, those hidden figures. See that?
I mean, bruh, look, that may have happened. I can't necessarily dispute that, but when that movie came out, my question still is, why did I not hear about any of this during Black History Month from when I was a child?
Right.
Not one time.
Well, the thing is, that's a whole nother topic. Maybe I'll talk about that later. But the thing is, though, you got to realize, like, that what you know about your history, it influences your definition of yourself and of the world. What you know about history. So they want to define us to us. They want to define you. So they teach you about civil rights, slavery, what else? Nobody wins from your group. Y'all don't win unless we let y'all win. Yeah, you get some money. Then see, but see, really, Black history is if you're a non-Black person. Black people, that's all our life is Black history. It's just history, should be. But if you're like not, let's say you don't know about, Black people or something like that, then yeah, here this month, this for y'all to check out. But if you got Black people only listening to Black history just during Black History Month, oh, you got a problem, a big problem.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem. Your whole entire life is your history. So that's why I tell my kids, I'm like, you are the authority on Black history and stuff. Don't be letting no teacher talking about, oh, like my daughter had this thing. Oh, this is one other thing I wanted to show y'all to get. But my daughter had this thing about World War II, and I was like, no matter what they teach you in history class, your job is to always ask, what was the Black people doing at that time? And find out what you don't never let them tell you anything about whenever. What was Black people doing? And you find out what they was doing at that time during their history. Because that's how you're going to balance your history, because you got to see how that event looked through Black eyes, because that's the eyes you got. You know what I'm saying? That's our eyes. We don't see stuff the same.
And the times for us were not the same as it was for others.
Right. Exactly. We don't see stuff the same.
Yeah, that's why the MAGA, make America great again.
Right.
There's no point in American history that America was great for everyone at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no quote making America great again, but we can't. Justice didn't help us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Downtown Chicago is MAGA country. And as much as he should be punished, so should every Karen and all those events that have happened that hit us first because we were accused first. Even with her name was Susan Smith, she killed all her children. Blamed the Black man. Yeah, they threw her in jail because they figured out she was lying, but we got quote hate crimes now. And I don't even agree with that term. Crime is crime. Deal with it. When you throw a adjective or adverb on the front of it, what is that doing? There's no opposite of hate crime. You know what I'm saying? So, but he should be punished, because that also gives people who say there is no racism at all. They can just point at this clown and say, well, if it's what you're saying about racism, why did he have to fake it? Why did he have to cry wolf? But then some of us are still defending this idiot.
Yes, that's the thing that bothers me. I'm like, why are you defending this goof? I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I had said that. I had did a recording of it, and I was saying that same thing. I was like, okay, y'all want to punish this guy? Fine. He's an idiot. He deserves to go to jail. I have no problem with it. But there's so many other people who have done stuff to Black people that y'all not going after them. You got dudes who've been in prison for 20, 30 years. They get out, they don't get nothing, but we ain't punishing them. The Karen that put them in prison.
Oh yeah, we'll give them a cap on how much we might give you once we let you out, even though you ain't do it and you shouldn't have been in there. Your whole life is destroyed
Mhm.
Time that you'll never get back. Never.
And you can't get a job because the charge itself is not expunged. So now you still have a felony after the fact, so you can't get a job. So it's like,
Yeah, and that's
And you likely don't have a skill set.
that too.
And
So you're triply fucked.
but guess what? Remember how we talked about the earlier with the Ford motor going into Tennessee and they're building back up in Detroit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All of those skills went overseas, and
Yeah.
because of the hardships of shipping and all that stuff, now what's happening? They're coming back, right?
Mhm.
Slowly but surely.
So this is why I tell people, like, we got to be careful sometimes when just because of a hard time. It's hard, you know, like they try to make America seem like it's the average person. The average person is different from like when the richer or I would say, like you said, the 2% or that 1% or whatever, when they having
Yeah.
hard times, sometimes that's good for us. That's good.
Yeah, because we used to hard time.
Yeah, because what they're doing is they're moving that money and power as they see fit, trying to sanction groups of people.
Sure.
But you know, now they can't really do it.
Man, those sanctions they just came with though hit back here.
Exactly.
And this, but they knew that. They knew that was gonna happen. And I'm happy it's happening. You know, you have people saying, you know, we how about I put it? We just got, you know, it's gonna be tough. We just got to do our part. I heard one person say, well, you know, at least we're not paying 7 like California. Well, that's where you at, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that are you kidding? That you think that makes it better? That's like to go back to the medical conversation slightly.
Right.
That's like when Roland Martin rolled his roly poly ass out talking about, well, it's not that they injected us with syphilis, they just monitored us.
And
Dude,
you know what
okay, so, what's up?
Dude. Yeah, go ahead, y'all. Describe to Brother Speak's podcast. I'll put you in the chat, Brother Speak. Yeah, because he got a show too. He got a YouTube channel, so make sure y'all subscribe to him because Brother Speak be bringing the heat. He be keeping me informed because there's certain people that you look at, Brother Speak. I could not watch them. I could not sit there and listen to, but it's important stuff.
Yeah, you know, it pains me. It really do. I mean, I'd be sitting there and I'd just be like, why am I here? Why am I
feel like you stepping on the tag?
Yeah, but when you break down, you know, what's going on and the lessons in there, I'm like, okay, I'm glad he listened to him because
yeah, because even though a lot of these goofballs are just horrible for the image of black men.
Exactly.
They can give you lessons on how to deal with actual life.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
by doing the opposite.
The exact opposite, yes.
Yeah, protecting ourselves from this stuff. This Tony Brown's journal, you know Tony Brown. I think he did a lot of firsthand interviews with like the serious black. This is like our children should know this. You talking about some black history? Yeah. This is something that you want to touch with because Tony Brown, he like had the firsthand interviews with. He was the man to go to with the interviews for a lot of little known black folks who were doing a lot of big things, and and some big people that were doing big things. So you know, those are the kind of resources that, like, when you talk about letting your kids listen to Black history and all that kind of, that's who I listen to right there, him, and of course, you know, other people, black folks, but this right here, yeah, Well, I think he did. Yeah, Oprah ain't gonna give you official stuff, but it's good to like Brother Speak just said. Some of them idiots, you still can learn some lessons. So, but it's like the way you teach it. Yeah, it's the way you teach it. So,
I don't know about that one, man.
no. What I
Not,
mean is, it's like you're not gonna just listen to what they say, like they're telling you, but it's like, okay, this is you show why they are not respected, and these are the choices they made. This is the path. I mean, that kind of lesson, where it's not like you're just listening to them trying to reproduce what they've done, because like you said, these people are, especially like somebody like Oprah, no telling what nasty stuff she had to do to anyway. And then she
yeah.
she no kids, she can't get married for whatever
Oh,
oath.
she can.
Nah, she done took some kind of oaths, man, because it's some. She's down with what's his name, Weinstein, and
Oh
then
man. Yes.
David Geffen, and
The Osteens.
all that nasty stuff that
Osteen.
they're doing. That Geffen is worse.
Yeah. No. Also, let's be fair. I mean, she probably did have some children out there, but what they had to give up, somebody had to get sacrificed.
Yep, and she blamed everything on the daddy. She hate her father or something.
And her mom.
And the mom, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of issues there. And like you said, some lessons there. But anyway, I'm glad y'all brothers came up, powerful men. And this is exactly what the kind of conversations I want to have and talk about. Because y'all perspective is, we men out here doing it. I'm tired of them like demeaning us. Like, ain't nobody gotta lie about their life just to be relevant. You know what I mean? We out here, we working, we doing it, we making it happen, providing for our families, making decisions day to day life. You know what I'm saying? This is it. This is good, and we elevating our people. And fighting for the concerns that we. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're supposed to do. We like upstanding, stand up dudes. We don't need to be out here tripping.
Hey, hitting 285, letting off shots.
Right.
No, that ain't the lifestyle.
Out here believing that rappers out here is the one they need to be emulating. And then the image on, you know what? That's what I'm going to end off on. I'm going to end off with this, because this right here. I seen this video. It's a little bitty short video, but when I seen this, I was like, see, boys put it up. I put it over here. Shit. Bro, this right here, I mean, it's something that we knew, but when you get that confirmation that they've been manipulating all your little music, because everybody been doing this. Everybody wasn't about killing and shooting each other all the time. Not all over the world, they make black people think that we just all about killing,
gang banging.
Yeah, that's how it is. This is what we about. This is what it means to be black. Kill each other. But let me see. This is it.
No, some of us actually work.
Most of us actually work. I see black folks getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting on trains and going to buses, going to work. Black men, black women. Don't be telling me we a bunch of lazy folks and stuff like that. Like, it's lazy people, but man, come on.
Dude, I have always said that black people, believe it or not, are the most patriotic people in America. Because we didn't pick up and leave after slavery and just say, you know what, that's how they doing us. We out this bitch.
Too much.
And we had death row.
Listen to this real quick, guys. I just want to end off on this, and then I'm just gonna cut it off. But yeah, I'm glad y'all came up. Peace, gentlemen. But
Def Jam. We acquired Cash Money. And just with those three companies, we probably had 45% of all the urban music in America. That was it. And then all the cool kids wanted to come with us.
People that control hip hop don't care about Black people. We know that they are committed to spreading consistent messages of Black people killing each other, encouraging Black men to get high and drunk all the time, encouraging Black men to disrespect Black women.
Hold on. Listen.
What was your strategy at Universal?
Well, the strategy was.
Yeah, damn. Why is that?
What was your strategy at Universal?
Well, the strategy was to fill it with urban music. I don't think a record company can really be successful without urban music, the roots of our music. And we had Death Row. I bought Def Jam. We acquired Cash Money. And just with those three companies, we probably had 45% of all the urban music in America. That was it. And then all the cool kids wanted to come with us.
People that control hip hop don't care about Black people. We know that they are committed to spreading consistent messages of Black people killing each other.
Damn, y'all. They had they got Death Row, Def Jam. Damn.
Cash
And
Money.
Cash Money.
And
You know who? Yeah. Hey, you know who they not naming though? No Limit.
See?
Nope.
He ain't say No Limit.
Yeah,
Yep.
but see,
That's
you see, that's our image. That's our picture to the world. That's what sends our messages. All right, y'all. But anyway, peace out. All right,
That's
y'all.
what's up. Y'all be easy.
all right.